Hi guys, something a little bit different today. Scott has joined us today and he is doing a 30-day challenge on Instagram.
Hello, welcome to the studio. Thanks for joining me today. This week is quite an interesting video. We've just reached 300 subscribers, which is fantastic, and also this is the first time that I've had a planned collaboration with another creator. So this video is to share with you that experience and to show you what it's like to write a song with someone you've never met. Now, just to give you a bit of a background on my songwriting experience, it's not that extensive. I've written songs for myself, I've written songs for a band that I was in a while ago, and I've written songs for kind of my friends' amusement, kind of like best man speeches and that kind of thing. But I've never actually created anything with the intention of selling it. Now, after driving to Newport, I found Cobra Music Studios, or for you Welsh people,
Cobra Music Studios.
I met Dean and discovered he's a lot more experienced in songwriting than I am. He knows lots of different tools, lots of different techniques and approaches to writing a song. One of them is object writing.
The object of the object writing is to use the senses to describe the object and the world around it, what's going on.
Now basically you choose any object you want. It could be a pen, it could be a pad, it could be a delicious plant. But you write everything you can about that object on one piece of paper. The way it looks, the way it smells, the way it tastes, the way it feels about its environment, what's around it, what's touched it, where it's going to be, where it's come from, everything. And you take your ideas from that one sheet of paper. It doesn't have to rhyme, it doesn't have to be rhythmically correct. Now Dean had a really good idea to put a 10-minute timer on and for me and him to go kind of head to head and write as much as we could about one particular object, and then we'd see what we come up with. We'll smash our ideas at the end and make one wonderful, easy listening baby.
Right, so we'll choose the coffee cup. I've just turned mine into all about anxiety.
Mine's going pretty dark. What's the opposite of like literal?
Not literal.
10 seconds left.
I love how structured yours is. Like.
Am I going first or are you going first?
You can go first. It's your channel.
Okay. Half empty, half full. A temporary solution to a constant problem that gives relief for the moment. Break the ice with something to talk over. The bigger the better, my lips getting wetter.
Flash.
The lid placed by a vacant hand to keep in the heat, because she cares. Why do you need it? Where does it come from? Whose hands have touched these sacred beans of unrealized opportunity? A one-way ecosystem of service is completely unrequited. A love that only some cups will know. Not everyone needs the taste of the beans.
Flash. Panes of glass shining light on the plastic lid with a droplet of coffee stain on the length of the cup. Heated conversations of the deadlines exceeded by the businessman who suffers with anxiety the best of times. A wall of sound wails through the reflective surfaces of the cafe walls. After all, it is half term. A sip takes the edge off the intensity of the expectation of the meeting. 3 o'clock is looming, with a 20-minute journey to the schoolyard where school finishes at 3:15. Smiling children's faces juxtapose the concerning adult who looks to the school time as the chance to absorb social media ads and daytime TV. At £3.40 a time, the frequent cafe release comes at a cost of a racing heart and a troubled mind. Who is to blame? It's not Starbucks' fault that it tastes so good. It's fair trade for the pickers, but is it a fair trade for the consumer? You decide.
So much better than mine. That's good though, I never done that before. It's weird.
No?
Yeah, strange.
And it forces you to like come up with something.
Yeah, that's good. It gives you like a different perspective. Now, if any of you are like me and you struggle to write lyrics, this is probably the most useful thing you take from this video. Just spend 10 minutes writing about any inanimate object. think of its point of view. Think of how your phone feels being looked at all day, how your running shoes feel being just left in the cupboard since Christmas. Then you pick your ideas from there when it comes to deciding on a melody. And that was our next stage. Now, one really important thing to think about when you're writing songs with someone else, you need to be flexible. You can't be so stubborn that you have to have what's in your head out. That's for writing on your own. When you write with someone else, you need to be flexible. You need to take everything else on board, smash everything together, and see what happens. Now, personally, I don't like happy chord progressions. I don't like 1-4-5 progression. I find similarities in that with thousands of other songs, but that was not the point of this exercise. We wanted to create something easy to listen to and is accessible to everyone. So 1-4-5 progression is the easiest way to go. It's the path of least resistance. If I spend half hour trying to find the perfect chord sequence that no one's ever heard before, we wouldn't have left there with a full song. So there needs to be compromises.
So where do we go next?
Now the next part of the video I'm going to let run just a little bit. You can see me and Dean just kind of bounce ideas from each other. So one thing that you should know before we carry on, Dean really wanted to sing about I did manage to steer him away, and we ended up singing mostly about coffee beans.
So, if we go for a riff next, of sorts. Right, should we call it Little Beans? Little beans, break the ice with something to talk over. Clover. See, now this is why I use a rhyming dictionary, because I will sit there for like ages and I'll get like ridiculous. Do you ever use rhyming dictionaries?
No, I just do it in my head, exactly like you said. It takes ages.
Clover's the first one. Well done. Dover, drover, drove her, and to cure the hangover.
Is it too many syllables?
Is it too much? Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe we could say like those sacred beans is a ways and means of like a release, like
thing.
Shall we like steer from beans? Like patches. The sacred beans. It's almost like after that C minor. It's like a happy sort of like we've had our caffeine kick type thing.
Yeah. I've never done busking.
Love busking. Like I feel so free when I'm busking.
Yeah.
Like, nobody expects anything from me.
Yeah.
But if they enjoy it, it's a bonus. Coffee's the crutch type thing. Not the crotch, the crutch. This is gonna just stick in it.
I know.
How long does this normally take you?
Of the songs, like, I don't know. I don't think any of them has gone like more than about 10 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah. But I don't like push it. If the lyrics don't happen, I don't do lyrics. I'll do like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Lyrics I really find difficult.
Internal
like,
dialogue saying don't do it like.
Yeah, or it's me like being like too harsh with what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's easy then for me to write about like a I don't know, an angry toad who's dropped his wallet somewhere and lost it. Do you know what I mean? Anything random. Yeah. Anything odd and like obscure. Yeah. Or like from a coffee's point of view. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's a tricky thing to do, like to put anything out. I think like you start with like your voice or you're playing or whatever it is, like you put it out to be judging you. You know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know, I think I'm at, that's what I used to think, someone's going to look at this and they're going to be like me, like the way I listen to music. I was like, if I heard this, it's like, I'd hear knocking on heaven's door, I'd hear like, I don't know, Green Day. yeah. But they're just tools that everyone uses. Yeah,
this is the double E, like it's an imperfect rhyme, isn't it?
It's an advert of coffee.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is, yeah. I thought you meant like his
an actual
advert.
Half home. All alone.
What's the word?
I just think it's caffeine.
Caffeine.
Cavity, I suppose. You can have cavity. I know it's like 5 o'clock and there's a song. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And people don't drink before 5.
Yeah. Because it's before 5. It's a little too early for that wine. So think that's like, alright.
It's just a hangover song, isn't it, really?
I think it's like so good. I'm so happy with this. Cool.
That was the hardest bit, actually.
Yeah?
The first bit was deciding like what to do it about. That was the bit I was like, worried about the most.
Was it?
Yeah.
We've got beans in there, but like, let's just keep that to a minimum. Because we're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Hold to keep the heat and keep you firmly on your feet when you're far from home or all alone. Coolio.
Yeah.
Really like that.
This is just twice at the end though. Are we going to keep going like that? Now, as I said, the most important thing that you need to take from this video is if you ever start to write with other people, you need to be flexible. You need to take their ideas on board, use them, smash them together with yours. I'm sure Dean had a few compromises with the way that I was playing and the way that we put things together and the melody that I was coming up with, but it ends up being something that you can't plan for. You can't go into a songwriting session like this with a specific idea in mind. That's something for your own development. If you're doing something on your own, then great. If you've got something specifically in your brain, but as soon as you add someone else to the equation, it becomes something entirely different. It'll start off with one thing and then you get completely distracted onto something else and you don't know what it's going to turn into. That's the fun of it. That's the fun of writing music with someone else. Now, while we're on that kind of brain boat, I will be writing more with other people for the rest of this month as well, just to see what happens when there's completely different types of people together. Dean is an accomplished musician. He's got a lot of experience in that whole kind of area and that market. With my experience as well, we kind of ended up making this thing. So I'm going to test that theory out. I'm going to invite a few of my friends over to write a song with. Most of them don't have a lot of experience writing songs, apart from just for themselves, like myself. Shut up, Scott from the past. Idiot. Doesn't even wear a shirt. I'm Scott from the future. Scott from the past forgot to mention that we are very excited to write more music with others. If you wanted to see this full video about sacred testicle beans, then you can find the link in the description to their YouTube channel. Have a look. You can see what Dean and the team get up to over at Cobra. And from all the different Scots around here, we will see you next week.
That's the one.
That's the one.